Yee. Welcome to Sterling Sinemas. That's Cinemas with S. Today I give you review on Karate Kid Part T. Like home. Before I begin, you must subscribe, like, share, comment, and most importantly, watch in spirit and in health. Any man that watch Sterling on Cinemas can accomplish anything.
Cobra Kai karate instructor John Kreese is still brooding over the defeat handed to him by Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Miyagi. With his slimy partner, Terry Silver, Kreese plans an intricate payback that involves hiring a mean-spirited ringer named... it doesn't matter what his name is. Maybe I'll get to it later. His name, a mean-spirited ringer played by Kanan, to rob Daniel of his championship title. When Mr. Miyagi refuses to train Daniel even under threat, the boy makes the mistake of turning to Terry for guidance. Karate Kid Part 3? No. More like the legit sequel to the original Karate Kid. Instead of having what was our sequel, this is the story that was most deserving of that title. Like, Karate Kid Part 3 feels like a real sequel and more related to the first film. It simply continues the narrative with the Cobra Kai dojo and finds ways to create consequences out of Daniel coming out on top by giving us a backstory on their instructor, John Kreese. Moving the story forward that was started in the original was the only necessary step to take with this sequel. But everything else that was included may or may have not helped the story. It may have hit the same structural beats from the first film, but any great sequel would not just do that only. However, the movie tries to sway away from the foundational roots of what established the Karate Kid in the first place. The inner peace, defense rather than offense, disciplinary growth, and the essence of karate. Due to viewing the so-called Part 3 as the worthy sequel, I would expect everything else aside from the narrative to continue, like relationships between certain characters and the feuds between adversaries. Outside of the karate plotline, the first two movies gave Daniel LaRusso a romantic partner, and I mentioned how they could have continued the relationship they had with he could have continued the relationship that she had with Ali, and then it became a wasted opportunity when they took the character to Japan, and now she's dating Kimiko. Now, since this takes place 6 months after Part 2, this could have been the best time for Daniel and Ali to get up to speed on their relationship, especially since Kimiko was accepted into a dance academy. Unfortunately, a wasted opportunity gets the upper hand, and the boy ends up starting over with another girl. I mean, hey, I can understand. I've kind of been there. But hey, I mean, if you really have one love interest, like if there's a film protagonist that has one love interest, they would stick with that person throughout the whole franchise, even if they come across them again later. I mean, look what happened to Indiana Jones. You were with Marianne in the first film. You didn't see her in the next two ones, but you ended up seeing her in the fourth movie. Hey, everything works out. But the cycle of who plays what role continues when we see some new faces return and declare allegiance to the Cobra Kai dojo along with Kreese, like Terry Silver and Mike Barnes. That's his name, Mike Barnes, the very aggressive competitor that's trying to win that title for champion. The entrance of these new Cobras and Terry Silver hinders Daniel's dynamic with Miyagi as well as his life in the dojo. And to see Silver return in the fourth season of Cobra Kai, now, I don't know how many of you are big fans of Cobra Kai, because me personally, I don't watch Cobra Kai because I don't have time to be following all these Netflix shows. But I've heard it is a big hit, and it's a testament to how special the Karate Kid series is with Ralph Macchio, and he's still playing the character at 60, being the trainer, and to see him come back coincidentally, right after I finished watching part 3, that's what made me lose my mind, even though I have been following the show. It was just great to see a returning character come back for the show. So you can imagine, I can only imagine how somebody who's been watching Cobra Kai can feel when they see older characters from these 80s films come back. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 13%. The Karate Kid Part 3 is more of the sequel I had in mind that stays loyal to the beginnings of the series and what it stands on as far as the logic of karate and a few other plot threads that like the romance and the rivalries. But these areas fall short of expectations in some capacity. So I say it deserves a C+, 7.9 out of 10. But that is my review on Karate Kid Part 3. You can let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Is it your favorite or do you think it's underrated? But I'll see you guys next time with my next video. Good night. Or goodbye.